All right, we got a special guest here joining us on Zoom. Current Flint Firebird, Los Angeles Kings fourth round draft pick, and future Michigan Wolverine, Jimmy Lombardi. Jimmy, first, congratulations. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing right now?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm doing great. Been a good couple weeks, and I'm happy to be here.
So the first, I want to get started with, your draft day. Can you tell me about the moment hearing your name called and being able to realize a dream that all hockey players have?
Yeah, well, it was a pretty stressful day. We were at home and just with my family and watching the draft, waiting for my name to be called, and it was a couple hours. So I actually, when my name got called, I wasn't even watching. I went upstairs to go get something, and that's when I got picked. So it was a pretty funny story. My mom started to yell to get downstairs, and yeah, coming downstairs, seeing my name on the TV, and I mean, it's a dream come true. So it was pretty cool.
And I know you just got done with Dev Camp not too long ago too. How was that? And what'd you kind of learn over those couple days with the with the team?
Yeah, it was really good. LA is a beautiful place, and we we were there for 5 or 6 days, and yeah, I learned a lot, about being a pro and stepping the next level. So it was a good experience.
And now you're training through the summer like we talked about before. What kind of goals now do you have as you look forward to this coming year with Flint?
Um, this summer, just working on getting bigger and faster, and working on some little things, to help Flint win a championship next year, and yeah, bring it back to Michigan.
And not just getting drafted to the NHL, also making a commitment just down the road at Michigan. Can you tell me about, that process and what ultimately made you choose the Wolverines?
Yeah, they that's always been something in mind since the change of rules, and Michigan's an amazing school with great facilities, and as soon as they were interested, I knew that's the place I wanted to go, and yeah, so it was a really exciting week from committing to getting drafted, and I'm happy about everything. Can't wait to get started.
And I'm interested to hear kind of your perspective on this rule change because it's obviously very new. For those who don't know, now if players who sign with the CHL, or if players choose to sign to the CHL, they can still go to college. What was your kind of takeaways from that? What does it mean for just kids who are playing in the CHL, OHL, and how did that kind of impact you and I guess change how you're able to go about your career?
Yeah, I mean, well, the CHL, like I went into it before the rule change, like knowing, and it's an amazing league. The past years of Flint have been some of the best years of my life, and like that has given me the opportunity, but like to get drafted in the NHL and like help my dreams come true. And the CHL is an amazing league, but obviously the NCAA is also an amazing league, and it's just part of my path and development. I think that's where I can help step my game to the next level and play in the NHL. So that it's very fortunate, just not just for that, but also going to get a degree or some education. It's an amazing opportunity for everyone.
And what's the relationship building been like between you and Coach Naranjo? Some of the players on the program, I'm sure you've met a few. Some of the assistant coaches. Tell me about the relationships you built down there in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, well, a lot of the staff and the coaches, like Coach Naranjo, they called me and just started to get to know me, and I'm excited to keep getting to know them further. And some of the players like I I've skated with some, and yeah, well, it's I'm looking forward to getting to meet everyone.
How big of a this is also I'm interested to hear how big of a factor was playing in Flint so close to Michigan? How big of a factor was that for you in your decision as well?
Yeah, well, living in Flint the past 2 years, Michigan's a pretty nice place, and decided not to leave it. So I think maybe that helped me get scouted a little bit more. They get to come a couple more games, watch me, and yeah. So I think it definitely helps being in Michigan, and I'm glad I'm not leaving.
Were you able to get down to any games at Yost this year or no?
No, I didn't. Nothing. May, probably some next year, but this year was pretty busy. But I'll be focusing on next year in Flint more than anything, and helping that team win.
For sure. And I was gonna say you gotta get some of the U of M coaches up there in Flint at Dort now, right? You got a little trade off, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, the coaching staff in Flint is amazing, and they're super confident going next year, and so are we. So I'm excited.
Well, and speaking of the Flint to Michigan connection, I actually talked to Mania last week
Yeah,
about his decision to go to Michigan. Can you just tell me, how excited you are, I guess, to potentially, share the ice with him again in college?
yeah, super excited. I mean, Matthew's been was a great friend this year, great teammate. I mean, he made a joke because I committed after him, and he was drafted to LA. He says I'm following him around, so it's pretty funny, but he's a great person. I'm excited to hopefully play with him again.
And going back to Flint, you're one of the more experienced guys on the team now, just from a leadership standpoint. How do you feel like you grew this year and are able to, take charge, I guess, as a leader this year?
Well, I mean, I think that just another year's experience definitely helps in the league, getting familiar with everything, the rinks, the people. But this experience too with the NHL teams and their camps, and going back in September, I'm gonna learn some more. Help bring some of the stuff you learned there back to Flint, and help us be successful, and help our team do well. I think we got a pretty good chance.
And what are some of the areas of your game that you specifically have really tried to work on this offseason, or maybe some stuff that the coaches out in LA have pointed out that you're now kind of focused on honing in going into this season?
Just working on scoring. Continue to work on my shot, and getting some more goals. I mean, it's always good to score more. So that's what I want to keep doing. And yeah, that's that in strength and speed. Obviously, just always got to keep working on those.
For sure. And the last question I got for you before I let you go, what are you most excited about heading into this year?
Just excited to come back and play in the door, in front of the fans and everyone. It's such a good environment. I think we have the best fans in the league, and one of the best buildings. Gets when it's packed, it's probably the loudest building in the league. So make everyone happy there. Excited to be back, and yeah, see everyone.
Awesome. Well, I'm definitely excited to see you back out there on the ice this year. I know it's been a busy couple weeks for you, but appreciate you making the time as always. Congratulations again. And yeah, we'll see you soon in a couple months.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to it.